Hey everyone, what's poppin'? What's tea? It's your girl Spicy Niche, and I'm here today to talk about She Must Be Obeyed. Now, I've been on hiatus for a little bit because I've been sick. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. But I had to come on here today and talk about this show that has everybody raving. So let's get straight into it. So She is about the character played by Funke Akindele, and it's just basically exposing the dark side of who she really is. So she is a really popular Afrobeats artist who kind of manipulates and exploits those around her and will do anything to stay on top. Now, we see how she treats, her PA and everybody throughout this show. And towards the end, her PA and her cousin and one of the ladies that she's exploiting kind of band together to expose She to the public for who she really is, this nasty, manipulative, exploitive person. So that is the sugar and cocoa of the show She. But now let's get into the nitty gritty. Now, if you are new here and haven't watched any of my previous videos, I do use a criteria for rating shows and movies. And number one on that list is plot and storyline. I thoroughly enjoyed this plot and storyline. I feel like this is low-key. I feel like this is something fresh. This is something new, and a lot of us, we feel like we know these celebrities based on what we see, but we don't really know them. We don't really know what happens behind closed doors. We don't really know how they act around, other people in the industry. And I feel like this was a really good show to kind of showcase like what that looks like. Like, somebody can come online and be this sweet person who's for women empowerment, and then behind closed doors be so nasty, treat their staff with no respect, and you would never really know. So I really enjoyed the plot and storyline of this show. So for that, I would definitely give them a 1 out of 1 star for plot and storyline. 1 star out of 1 star across the board. It was a really good plot and storyline, and very easy to follow as well. My next category is acting and performances. Now, they definitely get their full marks because all these actors are very, very strong. Funke Akindele is literally one of my favorite actors. She's a legend within her own right. But it was really, really nice for me to see Payson Shozokwo and Mike. I haven't seen them on screen in so long, and these are Nollywood legends. So it was really nice to see them, back on the screen. And Lateef, surprisingly, Nancy Esime, I don't really like her acting overall, but I really did like her in this role. Personally, I just don't beat me up. I don't feel like Nancy Esime can act. And every role that I've seen her in where she's a leading lady, like she did that one film recently with Brother Shaggy, Love in the Showroom. I just recently watched that. I'm never impressed. I'm never impressed. Even Obra what else did she do? Is this one film that she did? I think it was like, she was Tenny's Big Day. I wasn't impressed by that either. But this particular role, I really feel like was really nice for Nancy Esime. I personally think that for leading lady, she's not that great, but as like a side character, she definitely holds her own weight. So I will definitely say that all the actors did a really good job across the board. Now, one thing that I will say with that, even though I'm giving them 1 out of 1 star, is that I really wish they would have used somebody who can actually sing. Just because I feel like the lip syncing was like off. Like the voice that they used to sing She's song, we know that's not a voice that can even possibly come out of Funke Akindele. You know what I mean? So I'd have really liked to see them use somebody like Tiwa Savage. Like, I don't know if Tiwa Savage wants to act, but I think this would have been a phenomenal role to see her in, because like Tiwa Savage is like our African Beyonce. Like nobody is touching her. You know what I mean? And so I feel like this would have been a role of like the behind the scenes of like one of the biggest stars in Africa. Even though it's fictional, like I feel like it would have went really well like with Tiwa Savage. Or even like, I even mentioned like Yemi Alade, because Yemi Alade can sing for Africa. Like I really would have felt like I would have liked to see one of those two people in this role. But Funke Akindele is a phenomenal actor. She killed the acting. But just for like the singing portion of everything, I would have liked them to use somebody who can actually, sing. And I feel like this would have been great for like Yemi Alade or Tiwa Savage. I don't know if they want to act, maybe they don't. But I do think that it would have been good to see them in this role. But either way, 1 out of 1 for acting. Everybody killed it across the board. Now the third category is cinematography. They bodied it with the cinematography. This was a crisp film. But I'm going to give them 0.7 out of 1 because with that, I do feel like little things such as like the lip singing, like I mentioned previously, was a little bit off. And I think it took away a little bit from the storytelling side of things because like I said, like we know this type of voice is not coming at, like it was very obvious that Funke was lip singing, obviously. I mean, so that's why I just said like it would have been nice for them to use somebody who can actually like sing. But yeah, 0.7 out of 1 for cinematography. I do feel like it was clean, it was crisp, it gave everything it needed to give. Now let me take a back step for acting and performances. I literally love Aka. Like I've been following Aka since the days that he was sitting outside like in broad daylight shooting his videos, and you can still hear the wind in the background. But one thing that I will say is, although Aka did a really good job in this role, I would like to see Aka take on more serious roles, because even if you don't remember watching him in Jennifer's Diary, this was like almost the same kind of role that he had. In Jennifer's Diary, he was playing the manager of like a rival shop. And like he's always playing these like gay characters, you know? And I don't know, I just would like to see Aka in a more serious role, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, he's always taking on these like pesky small roles, but I would like to see him in a more serious role. The only serious role I've seen Aka in was Man of God, you know? And I thought that was a really great opportunity to see him in a leading role. But I mean, he bodied it either way, but I'm just saying, you know, be nice to see Aka in something more than just like playing this gay character. But he did a good job. He does a good job when he plays these characters, but that's just my little 2 cents. But anyways, moving on to the fourth category, which is theme and message. There is a lot of like themes and messages that I can say can be taken away from this film. I did feel an inkling of, what's the word I'm looking for? Understanding for Funke's character, because she has alopecia, and growing up, her own mother, played by Shafi Bello, would even tell her that she's ugly. She looks crazy. Like, and that's why she has become this like mean, evil person, because of all the things that people used to say to her when she was like growing up with, you know, the alopecia and everything. But at the same time, you know, there's always 2 ways that you can go about it. It's either, people always say like, you either run towards your past or away from your past or your upbringing or whatever. She could have spinned it and been like, you know, because I was treated so poorly when I was younger, I never want to project this onto anybody else. Or she can take it as a, because I was treated so poorly when I was younger, now that I'm in a position of power, I'm gonna treat people poorly. Like, so it's a lot of themes and messages here. Like, you know, don't treat people, you know, like they're nothing, because eventually those people would turn on you, like her cousin and her former PA, played by Nancy Esime, did. But then there's also the aspect where it's like, dang, like she was treated so poorly when she was younger, you know? So there's just both ways to look at it. So for theme and message, I definitely feel like they deserve their full marks across the board. I really did enjoy the overall theme and message. For the last category, entertainment value and engagement, I definitely feel like this was very entertaining. Very engaging film. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, this is what I have to say. So, Auntie Funke, are you bringing back Jennifer's Diary? It reached to ask, because on the TV screen when they were at the sports bar, you see like MN Estate, which is where they were filming Jennifer's Diary. You know, they even used Timini's character. Like, there was a few people that were on Jennifer's Diary that were in this film. They even did a mention to Scene 1 TV. So I'm like, are we getting it back? Are we getting it back? Now, one thing that I will say is that I know Funke Akindele recently like divorced her husband, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I think Scene 1 was kind of like a joint thing because between them. So now that they have split, I'm like wondering, like, is that the reason why she didn't want to like continue to do Jennifer's Diary? Because technically he has a part ownership in that, you know, in Scene 1, or like what was going on with it. But I definitely do hope that by them throwing in these little ads in the estate Scene 1, that, you know, hopefully she was able to get all the full rights back, because she was doing everything for Jennifer's Diary. And hopefully we get to see Jennifer's Diary come back, because sincerely speaking, on TV, like right now, there's not really many of like short shows that I can watch. Like, I've been watching Oma Mumsies on Shutter Speed, by Biden Stevens. Then they also post Rufia to Laurent sporadically. Like, they recently just posted an episode, I think a few days ago. And then before that, they posted one like, I think 2 to 3 weeks ago. But then before that, it was like nothing. And then Sibe from Bimbo Ademoye was on, but like now she's doing her therapy session situation thing. And then also I was watching Visa on Arrival while I was sick. That was what I was binge watching with Bovi and everything. And I think they just finished that out, because based on the last episode, it seems like they're done. And I do definitely feel like they needed to wrap up Visa on Arrival, because it was starting to get annoying. Like, Tomama's character was starting to vex me on a different level. I was like, please take her out of this. Like, this character is becoming very repetitive, and the whole thing is becoming very annoying. I think they need to switch characters. But anyways, there's just not a lot for us to consume, like short shows that we can consume or look forward to every week. So with that being said, I'm hoping that this reaches Funke Akindele or her production team, because I really do feel like she should bring back Jennifer's Diary, or if not even Jennifer's Diary, should bring us back some type of like short, because she was really killing it. Like, nobody can touch Funke Akindele when it comes to, you know, shorts. Like, for her to be bringing us something, like, there was no off season for Jennifer's Diary. It was consistent. You know what I'm saying? So I really do hope that that's something that they bring back with everything that they're showing us. So all in all, let's do the final rating for this film. I give it a 4.7 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to the second season, which I don't know when we'll get. I definitely know that that second season is not going to reach us until next year, but I'm hoping they don't take like too long producing it, because I really enjoyed it, and it was really nice to have something to like binge watch, like as far as like series goes. There's been a lot coming out on Netflix. September was like such a busy month for me, and just for like movies in general. Like, I still have to review The Black Book. I still have to review Misguided. Not Misguided. Miseducation is what it was called. I still have to review Love in a Showroom. There was so much to consume, and you know, with me being sick, I had a lot of time on my hands to watch all these shows. I just have to sit down and record everything. But yeah, it was a really good month for movies and films and series. So there's a lot to talk about and to watch and consume. And you know, thank you guys for sticking around with me. I know September I posted like once, but we're getting there. We're getting back to it. And then I was sick, and there was just a lot going on. And if you haven't noticed, you see how sharp my camera is right now. We feel upgraded. So we're doing big things on this channel. So make sure you guys subscribe and stay tuned to everything that I have in store. But you guys do let me know what you guys thought of She Must Be Obeyed. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. The only bad thing I have to say about this is the lip syncing. I didn't really care for that. But other than that, it was phenomenal. It was great. And yeah, like I said previously, like it would have been nice to use somebody who actually sings in real life. But Funke Akindele killed it. She bodied it. Like, she's the GOAT as far as acting is concerned. Nobody is touching her. But yeah, you do let me know what you guys thought about She Must Be Obeyed in the comments down below. And I will see you in my next video.